Hi friends, welcome to TFI. Many folks requested me to watch and review the Tamil movie Mandela, and here I am. Firstly, kudos to the makers to time this movie perfectly when people were gearing up to go out to vote in Tamil Nadu. Secondly, this movie touches on many pertinent social issues like cash for votes, women's safety, nepotism in ruling class, male toxicity, unavailability of toilets in rural areas, and lot more with loads of satire and zero melodrama. Before I get started with the review, let's look at what this movie is all about and the key players involved. This movie's core message revolves around a single vote. In other words, what can a single vote do? What will politicians do for that single vote? Set in the village of Surangudi, Mandela is a story of the eponymous hero, a barber who is treated as an outcast until he gets a right to vote. With the closely fought local elections around the corner, how his democratic rights affect him and his people make up the rest of the hard-hitting film. Nelson Mandela, called Ilichavayan or Smile by the villagers, is an innocent and apolitical individual. Mandela is almost like an alien in the movie where no one knows his caste, his parents, or even his real name. He's like a clean slate where anyone can come write anything they want. He's a barber. He's called to clean the toilets. He is forced to enter through the back door. People refuse to pay him for his labor and so on. And he endures these everyday exploitations and aggressions as though he knows no better. He asks no questions, seeks no justice. All he wants is to save up enough money to open a saloon. Let's now look at the positives of this movie. First positive is the direction and writing by Madon Ashwin. He takes on the income inequality between the common man and the ruling class in even a minuscule village like Surangudi, where the general public are running from pillar to post to make their ends meet, while the ruling class has crores stacked up in their kitty. His layered writing lends itself to multiple viewing, each time something intricate to discover. He fills his world with diverse characters, all of whom he treats with care. There are so many people in this that if director Ashwin wasn't careful enough, the core messaging or the theme of the movie would have easily got muddled up. Ashwin gets straight to the point when introducing a new character and letting the audience figure out what is their role in the movie. The second positive is a subtle but effective performance by Yogi Babu, who plays Mandela. He is quirky without even reducing the character to caricature. Yogi is not trying to turn this into poverty porn or melodrama. While his character Mandela is submissive to any abuse that comes his way, in some situations he stands up for himself or for certain causes. I must say that it is extremely difficult for a comedy actor to be taken seriously. Most who start as comedians have to be ready to meet multiple rounds of failures before getting accepted as someone who can play a meaty character. Yogi being an opposite spectrum of how a lead actor should look like, it should have been much more difficult to be accepted. But guess what? He broke those shackles and is perhaps the most busiest actor in Tamil cinema in recent times. This is one of those movies that required Yogi to underplay, blend with the satirical situations, and he did excel in it. The third positive is the characterization of each and every actor in the movie is apt. It also helps that unlike a superstar, Yogi Babu doesn't require many build-up scenes before getting straight to the point. Few performances to mention would be Sangili Murugan, who plays Periya Ayya and one who is most respected in the village. He's an old bigamous village leader whose political influence is waning. His two bigoted sons, wives who are just as bigoted, cunning and greedy as their husbands, and Mandela's assistant boy, Kiruda, all play their parts effectively. One special mention here is performance of Sheila Rajkumar as Thenmozhi, a sincere, rooted and strong-willed woman character which we don't see much in commercial cinema. Now let's talk about the negatives. I may be giving out some spoilers and would request you to stop right now if you're concerned about it. When Panchayat election contenders realize that Mandela gets a voter card, it was amusing to see initially how they start respecting him and pampering him with whatever he needs. But the problem is at some point it feels quite repetitive and cliched as they stand together always and keep asking Mandela many times whom he was going to vote for. And if he doesn't have any answer, they just go back or beat him up or beat up his friend, something like that. Obviously, this was to extend the commercial viability of this movie, but made it a little short of classic political satire. As I end this video, I must say that Tamil filmmakers are quite invested in taking on casteism, racism, and class divide in the state. Mandela is possibly one of the best satirical versions of it, and I think more Tamil directors should come forward to telling compelling stories this way. Historically, satire has played a vital role in reshaping the world we live in, as they are light-hearted but hit you very hard. Watch Mandela on Netflix and let me know what you think about this movie and my review. Thank you very much.